All right, good job. You made it to lesson 2.7. This is the lesson where I'm going to reteach you how to use and make a line plot. So let's read through this together. A line plot, it's bolded, so I think that's important, an important vocabulary word to remember. A line plot uses marks to record each piece of data above a number line. Louie measured the heights of tomato plants in her garden. She recorded the height of each plant. The first question it wants us to see is how many plants are there? Each X on this chart stands for one plant. So it wants us to count all the X's to find out how many tomato plants there are. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So that tells me that there are 19 plants in all. And it tells us that right here, there are 19 in all. This tells us the total number of plants. Now, the second question says, how many plants are taller than 13 inches? So we're not going to count the amount of plants that are 13 inches because we need to see how many plants are taller than. That means bigger than. So it tells us to add the number of X's for 14 and 15. 3 plants are 14 inches tall because we count 1, 2, 3. And 1 plant is 15 inches tall. I just count 1 here. So I can add 3 plus 1 and I get the number 4. So 4 plants are taller than 13 inches. I can also, if I don't want to write a number sentence, add by counting the numbers past 13. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and it gives me the same number of plants that are taller. So you can do what either way works best for you. Now let's scroll down here and let's look at the problems it wants you to solve. Use the spelling test scores line plot for 1 through 3. Number 1 says, which test score did the most students receive? So we're looking for the most, which means the biggest. So let's look at these numbers. Which line is the tallest? Which line has the most number of X's? Look for yourself, and I want you to think about which test score received the most. Which pile of X's is the biggest? Did you find it? I think it's this one right here. I see for 85, my line goes all the way up to here, whereas all my other ones are below that. So the test score that most students received was an 85. Now, here, let's go to question number 2. How many more, ding, 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 my Operation Clue brain is telling me how many more means what? Oh my goodness, you are so smart. How many more tells me I'm going to do subtraction. So how many more students scored 90 than 100? So I'm going to find the stack of X's for 90, and I'm going to find it for 100. And let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students scored a 90. And let's count how many scored 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students scored 100. But am I done yet? Good answer. How many more students scored 90 than 100? So that how many more told me I'm going to do subtraction. So I'm going to do 8 because 8 is the bigger number, and we always start with the bigger number, I'm going to do 8 minus 4, because that's how many students scored 100 points, and I'm going to find my answer. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I just counted back 4 numbers, which means 4 more students. You need to write more students. 4 more students scored 90 than 100. And last but not least, number 3 says how many students in all took the spelling test. So we need to count how many X's in total. All right, let's count together. Ready? We're going to count over here. 1. Oh, my mouse is getting lost. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm not done yet. I only counted how many were in that row because I already counted these other 2 rows. Now let's count how many kids scored 95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if this is too many numbers for you to add, you can count together how many students. So you're going to count all the X's. If you don't feel like counting all the X's, you can now add these 3 numbers together. So we are going to add 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4. And that will tell us how many students in all, because in all means that we're adding. So I'm going to show you a trick here. 10 plus 8, we know that that equals 18, right? We also know that 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now, I have a friendly number that I can add to 18, and I just need to add a 1 into the tens column. So you are going to find the answer and write it up on this line. But you can't just write the number, you got to write blank students in all took the spelling test. All right, good job with your math today. I'll see you next time.